Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Huckabee here, Governor Mike Huckabee with Music in America. It's going to blow your socks off and get you into a new way of thinking. Thanks, guys, for coming out. Stay tuned. Thank you for coming out and seeing what's going on. Be sure you stay tuned. Keep coming out week by week. We're going to have special guests. We're going to have special shows. We're going to have all kind of things. Hey, Music in America, Matt Joyce here. We have Governor Huckabee with us today. What a pleasure and what an honor. Behind his guitar wall, I've heard enough stories just here and there, but what a great guy. Welcome him to our show, folks, and what a pleasure. Thanks for coming on,
Matt.
Governor.
What a pleasure. I'm glad to have you here in my man cave.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So, just briefly, I mean, all the way from Beatles to Willie Nelson to Roy Orbison, you have guitars for days here, and you're also a connoisseur of the music yourself. Is that right?
I love music. I started playing when I was 11 years old. Wanted to play at 8. Wanted to be the fifth Beatle, and that they never invited me. I don't know what happened, but at 11, I got my first guitar, which was a J.C. Penney catalog ordered guitar that my parents got for me. They really couldn't afford it. It took them a year to pay the $99 that it cost to get that guitar. And later in life, I really understood the sacrifice they made. But that was life-changing for me,
right?
In many ways. Not only to learn music, which is a life skill that teaches teamwork and teaches discipline. You learn that for every hour of performance, there are 100 hours of rehearsal and practice, and that's a great life lesson. Things that you do well performing them only if you do well practicing them.
That's right.
But the other part of that was I was a very shy kid. I grew up incredibly poor. Most people have no idea. First male in my entire family lineage, even to graduate high school.
Wow.
No male upstream from me, as far back as history goes, had ever gotten out of high school. And I grew up sort of with that sense of I'm not as good as other kids. I don't belong. I'm not going to be able to be where they are. Don't have the breaks they've got. Getting a guitar and starting to play and playing in a band gave me the capacity to get over some of that fear of others and anxiety and timidness. And, you want to play so badly that you even will say, I'll play even if it's in front of other people, because that's the only way to do it. I wouldn't be where I am today had it not been for that $99 guitar from J.C. Penney catalog.
That is great. So it was one of my questions I wanted to ask you, and you kind of go in there already, is like, how does music make you feel? Like when you bared bones, what do you feel like when you're playing or listening?
It's magic. I mean, every musician will understand what I'm about to say, is that when you've mastered a piece of music and you're playing it so well that you just close your eyes and you're one with your instrument, you're absorbed in it. You're not even thinking about it anymore. You're no longer counting the beat. It's just a part of you. And it is one of the most exhilarating personal experiences that a person can have. And you just want to live in that kind of moment where the joy of making a sound that has harmony, I don't think people fully can appreciate. It's soothing to the soul, it's exhilarating to the spirit, and it's calming. It just gives you a sense of, yes.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So the song, if you were to pick a song today for the youth of America, youth of Arkansas, I know this is a difficult one because there's a lot of things going on. What would it be?
Oh, boy, that's always tough. What's a favorite song? But you've asked a different question, not a favorite song, but what song might, the first thing that comes into my mind is the old Jackie DeShannon song from the 60s, What the World Needs Now is Love, Sweet Love. Dionne Warwick's That's What Friends Are For. There's a beautiful song in the sense that it speaks to a generation. It kind of gives a powerful message that we desperately need right now.
Yeah, and so furthering into that, our youth of America, there is a way to find, like you were talking about earlier, there's a little bit of a discipline involved with music. There's a love, there's this feeling, there's this connection. And I know that where everybody's always talking about revolution and politics and stuff like that, but I feel like, and maybe you might be on the same frequency, but like that music needs to be a part of that. We've lost a lot with interaction with phones and whatnot, but like you're actually hands-on with this. You actually, just like you said, you have to get into a group of people. You have to learn how to deal with one another. I think that not only music-wise and what we say with our words, but also just like the grouping and bringing people together. I think it's super important for the music in America to be involved with the children, and our upcoming revolution, I think, is getting back to each other. And I think music can play a big part of that. What do you think about that?
Huge part of it, Matt. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that kids who get into the creative arts, let's say specifically music, they'll do better in math, they'll do better in cognitive reasoning, their education will actually improve. The letter grades will be better, because learning music is learning how to learn. You learn music, but what you learn is you've learned how to learn anything.
Yeah.
It's applicable and transferable. It's also not only a predicate for being a better student, but being a better person, because you understand that you're not the only one on the stage. Sometimes you're playing the lead. Sometimes you're going to be in the background. Sometimes you'll lay out completely. You know what? That's how life works.
Yeah.
Nobody gets to be front and center the whole time. And you learn that if you are front and center, those folks that are backing you up, that great documentary 20 Feet from Stardom about all the background singers that actually were more talented than the person on the main stage. The reality is that person who's in the spotlight is worthless without all those people who are behind. I think there's another factor too, and I want to mention this. And there was a time in the country when there were two arenas in which politics didn't mess it all up: sports and music. Or sports, and let me say the arts, the greater sense. It could be acting, it could be the visual arts, but certainly music. And I think the worst thing that's happened in the country in terms of degenerating our culture is that people inject a political bias into the realm of arts, sports as well, where some people say, I can't enjoy that movie because I don't like what that actor stands for. Really?
Right.
It's his craft, man. I mean, just forget what he is when he's off stage. What you're enjoying is his craft as an actor. If there's a person who is a phenomenal music, virtuoso or great vocalist, I can enjoy their music without having to agree with who they voted for last time. I don't get that.
Yeah.
And I find that we need to kind of move around and get back to the place where music is a connector, not a divider. I've gone into music stores, since I was a kid. And I'd go into a music store and there'd maybe be some kid and he's over there playing a guitar. He's 15. He's got more metal in his face than the front of a Buick. Maybe he's got tattoos from head to toe like a cartoon book. Yet the kid's playing awesome. I'll go over there and I may be in a suit and I'll go over and say, man, you're shredding that thing. Suddenly he and I are connecting.
Right.
Do we think the same way? Probably not. But I have admiration and he suddenly can relate to me, not because I dress like him or look like him or think like him, but because I'm appreciating the just sheer talent that the kid is expressing. Man, I love that kind of moment. Those are the greatest moments that I have when music brings us together. I got to play on stage with Brian Welch of Korn.
Oh, man.
And I urge you, Google the video of this, because here you see Brian Welch, who, let's just say this, he does not look like me.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm over here, and I think I'm in a suit. I'm pretty sure I probably was. I'm playing bass, he's playing guitar, and my gosh, he's a player. And we're playing, and I mean, so many people, I think it's been seen by like 15 or 20 million people. And you look at that and you say, these guys, they don't really blend. But musically, we did. If you closed your eyes, you'd say, oh, that's great. You open your eyes and say, my gosh, what are those two guys doing together? That's what music does for people. It brings people together from every walk of life.
That's right.
And I love that about the art.
So I agree with them 100%, guys. So if you're looking like this breaks all the connections, your ties of politics. Music can actually, and what should be used for is to lift us up and bring us together. And so I love exactly what you're saying, and I do agree. And everybody can find that chord that you strike, and you have frequencies that come together. And everything starts sounding good. It's the chords of music. It's the chords of life. It's the chords of America. It's the chords of this world. So if you just take that example, what he's talking about of like not taking a bad side of music and using it for division, but actually to lift you up and to gain ground with one another. I think that's what we need in America more than anything, guys. So like music in America, all the way down to Governor Mike Huckabee, to Corn playing the guitar, we got to find that thing that puts peace between us. And I think that's what we're talking about here.
Absolutely.
So I really appreciate your time.
What
Governor.
a pleasure, man.
And,
Great to visit with you.
Thank you so much.
Next time you
so
come
much.
over, we'll do a little jam.
That sounds good.
Have some fun.
That sounds awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Be sure to stay tuned to see what's going to go on next week. Subscribe and share with your friends. And thanks for coming out. I said, slow down, that's train coming. I said, oh, now, wrong train to love.
High school band. That's a long time ago. That's 50 years ago.
How awesome is that?
We just had our 50th class reunion, so that was kind of cool. But it's been, just...
The Little Rockers. Did you play in Little Rock? Is that?
Well, that was my Fox band the house band that played at Fox. These were all guys that worked at Fox.
Dude.
And they were lighting people, camera people, production assistants. When I first went to Fox and was starting my show, I said I wanted to do music and do a live. This thing could send a couple of my kids to college.
That's awesome.
It is absolutely awesome.
Oh my God.
And they said, would you like to buy it? Well, of course I would, but I don't know. Let's negotiate. They gave me a very reasonable offer for buying it. I did. And it's really my sweet one. And this is one, it's got some road rash on it, which gives it character.
Yeah, man.
But the older guitars, people don't understand. The wood has fully seasoned. Better wood was used in these things when they were made.
Sounds
And
good.
they just sound, this thing, it's so much fun.